just before we get to the servicing side of things, I'll teach you real quick how to operate the Euro hitch setup on the front here. So if you come over here, all of the implements will be very similar, will look very similar and operate exactly the same. So all you have to do is remove these two quick disconnect hoses for the bucket. You can see here that it's an open loop here, so it's open on this bottom half. All you have to do with the bucket off the ground, I've just got this barely off the ground, you just come here, pull this back till it locks into that position. When it locks into that position, all you have to do now is lower your front end loader. You'll slip out from under here and off you go. You can hook up to the next implement. Now we'll come over here to the bonnet. The bonnet release is just here. All you have to do is push that down. That'll pop up. So service related items. You have your battery and battery isolator switch there. If you're going to be not using the tractor for extended periods of time, be sure to hit that battery isolator. That way you're not causing any potential parasitic loss and stuck with a tractor that won't start in a couple weeks time or a month, whatever the case may be. Here you've got the radiator and you've got the screens for said radiator. As you can see, the radiator is nice and beefy, so overheating will be almost non-existent. That being said, to reduce the chances of overheating, after a big day of slashing or even a couple hours of slashing, depending on what you're doing, you just have to pull that out and give that a blow off. Make sure that keeps the engine breathing. Now if we come over here, you've got your air filter up here, worth inspecting every once in a while. Definitely has to be done at your major service, but just inspect it every 50 hours or so anyway, or if you've had extremely dusty work. Over here is your fuel tank. If you have the arm strength, try and use a jerry can, but otherwise we recommend a jiggle siphon or any other kind of siphon you have access to. This is your power steering reservoir up here. Now if we come down here, you've got your engine oil filter. Come further back, you've got a fuel water trap, which you can see if water is residing at the bottom of there. All you have to do to drain the water out is unscrew that cap and there you go. So we finished at the top of the engine. All I've done is started the tractor and moved the front end loader up out of the way for you so we've got a better line of sight. Over here you've got the engine oil filter, which will need changing according to the logbook. Down here you've got your fuel filter, and if we come across to this side, you've actually got your fuel water separator. Now sometimes if you get a bad batch of fuel, all you have to do is open that drain at the bottom there, let the water drain out and go from there. Now if the tractor has sat for a couple weeks and it doesn't want to start, you may have air in the fuel lines because gravity, naturally the fuel will want to fall down the line. All you have to do is come here and crack this nut here, pump that a few times until you feel pressure, not only pressure, but also till fuel comes out of there. What that means is it's relieved all of the air out of the lines and bled the lines. And once that happens, you'll actually, every time you pump, you'll see fuel spurt out of there. Lock that up and you should be good to start. Now, while we're here anyway, before we go to the other side, like I mentioned, you have these red nibs all over the tractor. They're just caps for grease points. Be sure to familiarize yourself with them. There's a lot of obvious ones on the front end loader, but there's also less obvious ones. For example, here on the front axle, you've got one there. There's one or two hiding on the back side. But yeah, please familiarize yourself with it, and we'll head around to the other side now. So, last part of the video, we're now on the driver's side, the right side of the tractor. We'll cover a few more servicing things, just things to be mindful of. Most of these things won't apply to you, but I thought I'd just familiarize yourselves with the locations of things. So, over here, you've got the alternator, which creates charge as the engine's running. You've got two hydraulic pumps. One is for the hydraulic system and the other is for the power steering. They run off of the same fluid, so nice and easy when it comes service time. Over here, right up tucked in there, is the dipstick for the engine. Please check the engine oil once every, a couple of uses, or once every 10 hours, depending on your frequency of use. You just pull that out there, check the dipstick accordingly. If you don't know how to check the engine oil with a dipstick, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there. Over here, you've got your starter motor and a breather. Now, if we come around here, this should round up the servicing side of things. This block here is your 4 quick disconnects for operating the hydraulics on the front end loader. To disconnect, all you have to do is pull that back and it'll slip out. Now, to put them back in, same with the one for the bucket, you just grab the male end, put it in there. If for some reason it doesn't want to work, it does help to pull that sleeve back and the detents will lock it into place. Coming down here, this is the block that actually is the transfers and all the valves for that front end loader system. This is just a quick disconnect system for should you ever decide to remove the front end loader. It's a 5-minute job to remove and it's about a 25-minute job to put back on. Very rarely do customers do it. They mainly save themselves the time by just removing the bucket. As you can see also on this model, we have now run the hydraulic hoses internally on the arm to prevent the chances of snagging or unnecessary breakages, which can be catastrophic. Thank you.